Yes, may I have your name?
My name is Lieutenant Faulkner. How can I help you?
Okay, do you have a badge? Can I have your badge number?
I'm sorry?
Your badge number?
My badge number is 5801. Is there something I can do for you?
Yeah, I had made a lot of reports before. I had a false arrest out of Itasca, and I'm having to do my own investigation work. I had a lot of reports, like I reported that I believe someone was surveillancing me in my home. My name is Kiana Clark, and they were ignored, and I thought that was a crime. Is it called voyeurism? And the police wouldn't take the reports of that. Then I had my window busted out. Someone did something to my car, and out of all these reports, I didn't get an investigator. Then eventually, it escalated to a false arrest. I left and went to school. I was getting harassed in the community. Multiple people would walk in the house that I didn't know, so I had to keep the door locked.
Spell
So
your first name for me?
I'm sorry.
Spell your first name for me?
It's Keyana.
Gianna?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we got it.
So the thing of it was, is I was reporting a stalker, and they wouldn't take any of the evidence, and my daughter was being mistreated at a Itasca school. They were making a lot of false statements at the school and harassing her rights. And then they went to CPS and told them I had her walking to school, and we didn't have a car. So they were making a lot of false statements to CPS at the school. And I tried to report all these things that how my life was getting sabotaged, and the police wouldn't do anything about it. Or the CPS worker, when I told they were getting caught in lies at the school as well. They were failing her out of malice. I don't know why they do that. And I kept the grades. She was a high A student. And I kept all the grades where they said that she was getting 40s. And I showed all the grades to the police. So it was pretty weird that this school would fail my daughter out of malice, and that almost made her fail the whole year with for whatever reason they did that. But it was a good thing that I called the police, because they kept doing it. I tried to call the superintendent. I called the principal, and they wouldn't return my calls. And then my daughter would come home crying, telling me how alone she felt and how they were treating her at school. But it's another thing to do that and then harass her right too, so she don't have a right to school. So I wrote them a letter and told them to stop harassing the ride, and then they called CPS again.
Okay, so what do you want for us to do, man?
Well, I'm just trying to figure out of all the multiple reports that I made to the police department about the voyeurism, why that wasn't called, why I didn't get an investigator with that, why I didn't get an investigator when my windows were busted out, and all these strange events that I reported to the police. Why would the police not give me an investigator? Why would they not investigate the cameras, voyeurism? That's a crime. Why would they ignore that?
Okay, well, ma'am, I'm new here, so I can't tell you that, but I've never dealt with you. It looks like they dealt with you in 2018. You have 11 call for services documented.
I have 11 what?
You have 11 reports documented to you. So there are reports out there. It looks like you were arrested on one of them.
Right, that was a false arrest. They lied and said I assaulted an officer and evaded arrest. I was reported slander with police, and then they said that I did a 911 abusive call. I still have that charge, which is not a legitimate charge, on my record.
So what do you want for us to do today, man?
Well, I just wanted to know why I fell through the cracks. Why did not one investigator call me back and you have 11 reports? When someone broke my car window out, that was a sign that I was getting harassed and terrorized in that community.
Sure. If I were
Right.
you, I would call back when Chief's here. Chief's going to be out the rest of this week.
Yeah, eventually someone did something to the car, so I couldn't drive it at all. It was like someone put sugar in my tank or something, and the car eventually stopped driving altogether. But I'm just wondering, even the reports with the teacher, that shows that there was some corruption with the school, because that they would fail her out of malice and then lie to CPS, scheme with CPS.
Okay.
Don't you have the report to where I showed the police officer the grades, and then they changed the grades within 5 hours? Do you see that report?
Well, man, most of these are just you getting arrested for abuse of 911.
The 11 reports for me getting arrested, you don't have it, the car window busted out?
I don't see one.
Uh-huh. You don't have me reporting the voyeurism, the camera in the house?
Ma'am, I'm new investigator here. You have to talk to Chief Brewer about why.
Oh, but you can see that the reports for me abusing 911. But you can't see how they lied on me and said I assaulted the officer and evaded arrest. You have selected things that you
Ma'am, I
can
don't know what
view.
happened with you in the past. I have no clue. All I see is
Well, you see that I got arrested for abusing the 911 call system. You see that. But of course, you don't see where I was lied on and where they said I assaulted the officer and evaded arrest. You don't
Right.
see that, huh?
Nope.
Well, body cams can see that. Whatever happened to me getting the body cam footage, I didn't get a call back for that. So,
Did you follow an official request?
how long do you keep them?
We keep them only about a year, so they're gone.
Huh. Well, hopefully, because I reported it to the FBI, hopefully they were able to witness it. Is there any other market that I can get police reports? Well, the body cam footage, because I asked when I was in jail on false charges to see it and wasn't allowed to see it.
So how long have you been out of jail?
I've been out of jail a while. I've still been getting harassed, so I'm having to do my own investigations because I can't get an investigator to, a proper investigation. So I'm just backtracking and doing my own investigation so I can put the pieces together.
I've been here 2 years and you've never called us here. I've been here.
Well, I called before and I talked to the chief. He said that he had talked to me before.
Okay.
I called multiple times before, but I have other incidences going on in my life, so I'm backtracking to where it all began in the investigation. So none of the
If somebody's harassing you, we'll investigate it.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out what happened all that time when I was getting harassed in that community and I wasn't getting phone calls back. In my car.
The investigator that was here during that time is no longer here, I'll tell you that.
Okay, but you still only have evidence of me getting arrested. That's what you said. You don't have what the school did, and you don't have that I was having problems with CPS and tried to report the slander from CPS. You don't show that either, do you?
Miss Clark, this is Corporal Scott. I was the one that arrested you that night.
Oh, yeah, and you also took the report for what was going on with the school, and they changed the grades within 5 hours.
The way it worked out, okay? Whenever you got arrested that night, you were abusing 911. You were calling about a CPS case that is not even in our jurisdiction. So, like I told you that night, you have to contact that agency. You failed to do so. That's what happened. The case with the school, there is no case. The school wanted you off the property. They wanted you criminally trespassed from there. That's why you're criminally trespassed.
I was not criminal trespass from the school. That's a lie. So you're tampering with evidence. You don't remember the grades changing?
That's a new one. All right. I know you talked to Chief Brewer
No. Let's get the evidence. Okay, so let's not tamper with evidence. So when you came up to the school,
please explain that to me.
Okay, when you came up to the school and the grades changed within 5 hours, now you're changing your story?
What changed within 5 hours?
My daughter's grades from making a 40, then she's...
I'm not a teacher. I'm a police officer. I don't work for the school.
Well, you said that you were the arresting officer. You went up to the school and you saw the evidence of what grades she was making, the high A's. And
Ms. Clark, your daughter has nothing to do with me. The point is that I arrested you.
You said that I had a criminal trespass from the school for reporting her grades. Why do you have selective memory? You don't remember that the grades changed within 5 hours? So, do you remember me reporting that they were failing her out of malice? Hello? Hello?